Good evening, everybody, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Faye, and this is Fairy Floss, my Flosstube channel all about cross stitch and also a bit of embroidery, knitting, and anything else in between that I fancy sharing and showing with you. So, what have I got to show you this evening? I've had quite an exciting week. During last week, I joined a new band, which I'll tell you a little bit about later on. But this weekend, I went on my very first stitching retreat, which was the No Band retreat. So that's not only but also Mirabilia retreat. I think I was meant to go on it about this time last year. I paid for it at the start of lockdown, and then obviously everything happened and it didn't happen. And then it was meant to happen, I think, Eastery time, and then that didn't happen. And this weekend it finally happened, so that's great. I was really, really excited to go, and it was just really nice when I was there as well. I had a really, really lovely time. I'm going to share a bit more about that with you later on. What I will do first is just show you the whips, not the whips, well, the whips and finishes pre retreat, which wasn't many, to be honest, but I'll show you anyway, and then I'll show you what I got up to at retreats as well. So it might be a bit bitty, this video, but you know, it is what it is. Not sure how good the lighting is at the moment. We've hit that phase of the year where it's very dark outside, and you know, considering I live with a man who's an artist, our lighting in this house is pretty poor. So the plan is to actually start moving into the back room now and doing videos in the back room, because I think I might be able to fix up some better lighting in there. But for tonight, I'm afraid this is what you've got. So I have a little finish. I started it absolutely ages ago. I've got must have been before my stitching ban, so it must have been about May, June, I think. And it's a little kit from a magazine, and yeah, she's really cute. It is really cute. It's a little Country Companions hedgehog. I've popped it in the little frame card as well to show you. So all I actually had left to do on this was the back stitch, and it's just been sitting on my desk for absolutely ages. And I was looking at it and I was thinking, have I actually not finished this because it's wrong, or have I just not been bothered to backstitch her? So I spent ages examining it and thinking, do you know what, I think it just needs backstitching. So I had a bit of free time on Tuesday night last week, so I was like, oh, do you know what, let's do a bit of backstitch on you. So I got it back out and I finished it off. It didn't take long at all. So that's a bit of a cheat, really, isn't it? But at least I'm getting through some of my almost finished projects, so that's a good thing. So yeah, I finished my little card. I don't know what to do with him, her yet. So it'll just stay in my little finishing box for now until I've decided what to do with that. So my screen just jumped a bit then, I think. I don't know what's going on at the moment. There's a bit of a witching hour going on in this house. So what else did I do? I can't remember if I started this last week when Natalie and Gemma were staying, when they came to the knitting and stitching show, and I've done a little bit more. Is there a picture? Yes, there's a picture. This is the little soldier card that was free with this month's Cross Stitch magazine, and we decided, as it was a London knitting and stitching show, we'd have a little London start on the soldier. So this is where I'm up to so far on my little soldier. He's a lovely little project. He's nice to get out in the evenings when it's a bit too dark and your eyes are a bit tired, because it's quite a nice clear pattern. So yeah, that's what I've been up to. They were my pre-retreat stitches. I didn't get a great deal done because of a bit of banding as well. So that was that. So I was really lucky that I got to go on a retreat this weekend. So the retreat was from Friday till Sunday. Now, of course, because I work in a school, I couldn't leave school. I'd love to be able to get out before the kids, but I'm not allowed. So I was able to get out at 4 o'clock. Luckily for me, I'm not too far from Euston Station, so I whizzed round the corner, was able to get a train quite quickly, and got to the retreat about 6:30, ready to have our meal at 7 o'clock. So the retreat was up in Northampton, which I have never been to before. I think I was getting it a bit confused with Northumberland, but luckily I realised that it was only an hour away and not probably 4 hours away. So yeah, I knew nothing about Northampton at all. So it's quite, I love travelling the UK anyway. Pre-lockdown, I've always been a really big, keen UK traveller, and I just love seeing new places. So luckily I've got a friend that comes from Northampton. It just happened that it was the same weekend that she was going up to her parents as well. So she messaged me and said, look, I don't want you paying for a taxi, so when you get to the station, let us know and I'll pick you up and take you to your hotel, which was super kind. So she came and got me, gave me a little mini tour on the way of the slightly dodgier areas of the town. I know where to buy certain things now, and yeah, and dropped me off at the hotel, which was really, really nice. So the hotel was in its own grounds, really, really pretty scenery around. It had a swimming pool. I didn't use the pool. I took my cosy, but I was so busy stitching, I didn't do any swimming or any gymming either. Had a little walk around the grounds on the Saturday afternoon, which was really nice. It was a beautiful setting. There was lots of little bunny rabbits hopping around. There was red kites all over the hotel. Well, not all, not like sitting in the hotel, but when you looked up to the sky, there was loads flying around. So I had a lovely little birdie moment actually. I wish I'd brought my binoculars. I could have gone a little bit further afield maybe. So maybe next time I'll do that and do a little early morning bird walk. And yeah, and there was a lovely little hotel cat as well. I got a picture of the hotel cat. It is on my Instagram. I know that's not really wildlife, but it is nice to have a hotel cat. So yeah, it was really beautiful. The room was great. And it was so nice to have a room to myself as well, which is something that never happens. I think I've dreamt for a while of having one of those jobs where you get to travel about a bit, but unfortunately, librarianship doesn't really offer that. So it was I felt a little bit executive going back to my own room with a nice king size bed and a ginormous television in the evening. I didn't spend much time in the room because I was stitching for the majority of it, but yeah, oh, what a lovely little luxury that was. So yeah, it was such a nice treat for me. It really was. And yeah, actually, let's talk about the retreat and not just the luscious hotel. Meeting everybody on the retreat was so, so nice. I was on a table with 5 other ladies who were stitching such a nice variety of different projects as well. So I got to make a lot of friends, both on my table and roundabout as well. I met a couple of other Flosstubers there as well. I met Ima the Irish Stitcher. I'm sorry, Ima, if I've said your name wrong. The Irish Stitcher, who has a really cool floss tube that I have been watching over the last couple of days. Lancashire Stitcher, who I've watched quite a few times as well, and she's from my neck of the woods as well. So, you know, it's really nice to meet another Lancastrian, especially when you're stuck down south and there's not many Lancastrians floating around down here. And I got to meet Teresa Little Stitcher as well, who's absolutely lovely. And yeah, of course, I have watched a lot of, well, all of Teresa's videos. So yeah, it was really nice to meet up with other Flosstubers, but also a lot of people that I've just been talking to on Instagram and Facebook groups and stuff that it's just nice sometimes to put a face to a name. The only person I actually met before was a lovely lady called Gretchen, who last year somehow, I don't know how it happened, but somehow during lockdown we'd started messaging each other from one of the groups, both figured out we were in London, and we're just like, yeah, let's meet up. So when one of the lockdowns eased off, we went and met up at Kenwood House for a day, no, well, for a morning, and did some stitching together then, which was really, really nice. So yeah, absolutely lovely just to meet so many other people and check out their projects. And yeah, I've been pretty enabled by a few people as well. There's some really, really good stuff going on. I actually felt a little bit mediocre with my miniature stars because I haven't really, I've got big pieces, but not a lot going on them. So yeah, I did think, oh God, I've hardly done anything on these compared to everybody else, but that is what it is. I mean, I have been on my little stitching ban for quite a few months, and I have only just come off it. So it was actually a really decent kickstart into getting back into stitching. And also there was a shop upstairs. Now I wasn't planning on spending much anyway in the shop because I did go to the knitting and stitching show last week and bought a fair bit of stuff there. But I still treated myself to a few things. I gave myself a bit of a limit, treated myself to a few things, but I am now prepared for the next time I go to that retreat, that I will be probably taking more money to treat myself to some really, really nice things. So upstairs in the shop, Zarina was doing Hawkins Hobbies, Sarah Marnie was doing her Marnie's Mixed Bag, which is a really great stall. Kate was doing her sparklies and selling all her fabrics, which was just wonderful, but I just need to sort out what I've got really in fabrics before I start getting any more. And Charisse was doing her Denkai design needle minders, so I will show you my haul in a bit. But before that, let me show you what I stitched at retreat. So I worked on 3 pieces. I took quite a few things because I just wasn't sure what I wanted to work on. So when I got there on Friday night, it was a bit late, so I only started stitching really after I'd had my tea. Food was very nice in the hotel as well. It was really decent 3-course meal. In the morning it was like a buffet breakfast, and then we got a buffet lunch as well, all included, and teas and coffees. So it was just the dream really. It really was just everything I'd been hoping for. So the first night I decided, I'd started this pre-retreat actually about 2 days before, so I'd done a tiny bit. So this is Love Halloween by Mill Hill, and it's so cute. It's got the cutest little ghost and pumpkins and cat on it, and I've managed to do all but about 2 strips of all the crosses. So I've done all the stitches apart from cut 2 or 3 little areas, and then it's just ready to be beaded. So that was amazing progress for the weekend. You just can't see that blue at all on there. There is blue around there that's not blank, but you can't see it. So yeah, that's my first whip. So I was really happy with the progress I made on that. Today is Mill Hill Monday, but I kind of feel like I might work on something else tonight and then do this another night this week, and then commit to Mill Hill Mondays from then on. So yeah, this will probably end up being my only Halloween finish because unfortunately some of the Halloween fabric I ordered a week and a half ago hasn't arrived, and I have to chase up the company that was sending it to me and put in a claim for it, which is such a shame because we had some really nice plans. If it arrives, the fabric, then we might just stitch our Halloween bits in November anyway, and maybe just put them up for a few days and then put them away ready for next year. So yeah, that was my first first whip that I did at retreat. So that was my little one. That was my Friday night. So I didn't want to get anything humongous out whilst I was just settling in and settling down and chatting with people and getting to know people. So on the Saturday, I decided it was time, and I don't think I have stitched on this since the summer of 2020. I feel like it's been an awful long time. Let me just take the little postcard off to show you who she is. So you may remember from my videos 100 years ago, I purchased my birthday fairy. So this is October Opal Fairy. She's absolutely, I love her. She's so beautiful. Like, her colours are so me. Like, I'm so lucky that I've got a really nice fairy. Sorry, Gemma, I know there's no February fairy and you're still upset about that. But I can still gloat that I really like October Fairy. And I have got progress pictures on Instagram if you want to see where I was up to before. But I've actually stitched out quite a chunk of her now. I've probably stitched about twice as much as there was before, and maybe a little bit more. I did all this bit over the weekend. I filled that flower in, and I filled some bits in around here as well. So let me put her a bit closer. You won't be able to see the sparkle. Oh, a little bit maybe. But I have been using the, what are they called, the braids? I can't remember the name. No, it's gone. The thread, the really nice pearl thread braid. I really can't remember, but they're like really glistening and nice. And once you've started stitching on them, you really see the glitter coming out of them. So this is my progress, and to say that I've actually got it out and stitched on it is progress in itself. So I am super happy. Well, although it doesn't look much to some people maybe, and you know, it's on the most biggest frame ever as well. If that was on a smaller frame, it might look like more. It's like when you end up with a massive dinner plate and you're doing Slimming World, and then you put your 3 potatoes down and your little piece of chicken, and you're like, oh, is that all I'm having? Yeah, if you put it on a smaller plate, it looks like, yeah. That's my analogy anyway. It is more than it looks. So I'm really super chuffed with just getting Opal Fairy back out again. She's inspired me to carry on with her. Not that I was ever going to ditch her in the first place, but I don't know. It's a bit like going to the gym sometimes with whips, isn't it? Like, you've not been for so long, or you've not stitched for so long, that it's really hard to find yourself just pulling everything back out of the bag and sorting through all the threads again and just getting back into it. So, lastly, it's a bit rustly, is my haul / new start. So everybody was like, oh, you have to have a new start on retreat, and I was thinking, well, I've brought a few kits in my bag with me I could start. Did I start something that I'd brought with me? No, did I heck? I had to just go and buy something, of course. So, and it kind of justified me buying something because I was going to do it straight away. So, excuse the rustling, it's still in the massive carrier bag I've been keeping it in. So I decided to treat myself to Miss Ladybug by Nora Corbett, and I think she's so sweet. So I got her from the craft stash, what's it? Oh, the stash giveaway where people sell off their old things, and I bought it off a lovely lady called Linda who was selling it for a really, really nice price. So I was like, do you know what? I'll treat myself. So I've had my eye on her quite a while on some of the Mirabilia selling sites, but I never braved myself to buy her. So I was like, oh no, you've got enough on. But I thought, you know what? She's lovely, she's bold, she's pretty, and I'm going to get going on her. So I started her on Saturday night, probably, round about 5-ish, I think. 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, and been working on her ever since. So I put in about 3 or 4 hours on her on Saturday night. I put in probably about 3 or 4 hours on her at retreat on the Sunday, and when I got home last night I did a bit more as well. So this is where we're up to so far with her. So filled in quite a lot of the reds and put some of her spots in, and I've been just doing this little nice outline as well now with the dark brown colour. So I'm kind of setting it, I'm kind of framing her up ready to like stitch on bits of her where I fancy at a time. So I love her. I did not want to put her away last night, but I did have to go to bed because I had school in the morning. So she is gonna, I think she's coming out instead of Mill Hill tonight, to be honest, when I finish this video. So yeah, I'm going to be doing a lot of work on her, I think, in the next few weeks, just because I really like her, and I do actually want to see something finished, or something like of a reasonable size finished. As I love doing all my smalls, but I kind of feel like I've got a bit of fire in my belly now to do something a bit bigger, and this feels like quite manageable. I find the Mirabilias, the Hades, they're just like never ending, and it's just nice to have all the things in between of a medium size to find yourself a finish. So yeah, this is what I bought. I kitted her up as well. I got all the threads from Marnie's mixed bag. Got the fabric from Kate's Sparklies, which is called Tropicana, and I got a 16 count Ada. Now I know a lot of people are a bit funny about stitching Mirabilias on Ada, but I thought because she's so funky and chunky anyway, it wouldn't really matter. She isn't the most she's delicate, but she isn't the most delicate of little fairies, and she's just cute. So I thought, you know what, make my life a bit easier, have a bit of Ada, then I don't have to do the counting in between because I do enough of that on Opal Fairer and on Dewdrops as well. So I just thought she'd be a really nice stitch on some really bold 19 count 16 count Ada. So here she is so far in all her pretty little glory. So she was my purchase and my new start, and let me just pop her away. Oh, and also this is the needle minder for the retreat. This was the official needle minder that Charisse of Denkai Designs made for our retreat as well. So yeah, I got myself a little needle minder as well. And also in my bag of dreams is everything's attached to needle minders. I got 2 other needle minders from Denkai Designs. I'm just going to pop them on the cards so they're easier to show you and they'll focus a bit better. Just bear with me. I should have done this beforehand, I know. Where did he go? Right. There's one. I love these. These are the coolest needle minders ever. I need to do more projects now because I've got so many needle minders. So that's my little choices. So I got Belle's Book Cafe, I mean, of course I would, and which is so cute, I love it, and a little tent behind the or in front of the mountains, which I just thought was really cute as well. And I do like stitching little landscapes and things. So yeah, they were my needle minders from Denkai Designs, and I also bought from and those. I think I bought something else at the top. No, I didn't. That was it. And I also got from Kate from Sparklies this very sweet JBW Designs chart. I got one of these last week as well from the Knitting and Stitching show, which was 2 little cat alphabets, and this is French country ducklings, because you know I love a duck, and it says quack quack, and inside the ducklings, I don't think you can see, or maybe you can, there's like lots of little mini ducks inside the ducklings as well, which I just think is super cute. So I'm going to treat myself to a nice variegated thread for this. I'm not sure what colour. I don't know if they give you a suggestion. Oh, they do. Classic Colour Works, they suggest. I will find something really nice to stitch it with and play around with it and have a lot of fun with it, I am sure. And then from Was it from Marnie's Mixed Bag? Yeah, it must have been. Yeah, it was from Marnie's Mixed Bags. I also got myself the bed and breakfast, which is really cool. It says rest in peace. Let me just take it out, actually, it's a bit shiny. There we go. Rest in peace. That's in a lot of classic colourworks, so I'm going to see what I do have already, and I probably am just going to order the other colour. I do like being true to what it says. I know I could just use the DMC, but I do have a lot of fun trying out new colours, and I just like the names of these colours. I mean, one of them's called steamed broccoli. You'd never think about naming a colour of thread after broccoli, would you? But they have done. The shabby sheep, which I think is a great name as well. And you've got black coffee, cocoa bean, licorice red, and river rocks. But I think shabby sheep might be my favourite of those colours. So yeah, that's bed and breakfast. So that might be next year's Halloween stitch now, because I'm not really that organised for this year. And I also picked up from there as well. Oh, if I can show, they always turn around when I try and show you. Two little autumn leaves, Mill Hill glass treasures they are, and they're just two really sweet little autumnal leaves. I've got no idea what they're going on yet, but they're so nice. And I'm quite an as you can see, I'm quite an autumnal person as well. So I'm going to find something really pretty to put those on. But whenever I go online to try and get Mill Hills, the ones I want are always out of stock. So I thought, you know what, while I can see them, I'll get them. Right, so I'm just going to pop those away. And then we can talk my plans for the next week. So, as I mentioned before, I joined a band last week. I play the baritone horn, which is like a tuba, but a little bit smaller, a bit more compact. And I haven't played since long before lockdown, actually, probably about 4 years. And during lockdown and during meeting up with some of my friends that were on my master's course as well, they were just like, why don't you play anymore? Like, don't you miss it? And I was a bit like, no, it's, I feel like that ship sailed. But then I started craving it again. So I thought, you know what? I need to go out and I just need to play once a week. So I'm really lucky that this band practices opposite where I live. So it's a symphonic wind band. So it's like got flutes, clarinets. This is a bit of a life update. If you are a bit bored by now, you can switch off. Flutes, clarinets, trumpets, French horns, all the brass. We have no percussion yet, but we should have for the concert, I think. And we're rehearsing loads of like popular songs from shows at the moment for our first concert, which is in December. So it'll be the first time I've played a concert for probably about 4 years as well. So that's going to take over one of my evenings now. But I'll probably find a bit of time to stitch that evening too anyway. But yeah, it's really nice actually to be back banding again. I'm really happy that I've done that. So alongside that, I will have some time to stitch this week, though I do have an audio book to plough through as well for school book club. I run the book club. Have I read the book? No, I haven't. So that needs to happen this week too. And I will probably keep going on Miss Ladybug because I'm a bit in love with her at the moment. I'm going to keep going on my little soldier as well. I need to finish off that Halloween decoration and get it beaded. But I generally like to bead in the daylight, so I may have to wait until the actual Halloween weekend for that. Because on Saturday, I'm going to Penzance for a few days. I think we're going for 5 nights actually. We're getting a train down there and staying in Penzance, and we're ready to explore St Ives, maybe Falmouth. No full itinerary yet. We'll just get there and decide what looks fun when we get there and play by the weather as well. If you know of any stitchy shops in Cornwall, particularly like that bottom end close to Penzance, please let us know and I'll try and make sure we manage to get to them. And bookshops as well, actually. If you've got any good travel advice for me for Cornwall, because it's been a very long time since I've been, then please, please, please let me know in the comments below, and I can check those places out. So yeah, that's next week. So I will take some smalls with me. I'll probably take my little Christmas kits from the magazines and get those. I'm not taking Ladybug with me, she's too big, and we're on the train, and I've got bird watching stuff to take as well. So yeah, there'll be lots of little smalls. So I'll probably get some stitching done in the evenings, maybe take it to the pub as well. Just see what happens when I get there. I might not stitch at all, who knows. And I will come on for another video potentially that weekend after to catch up with you and let you know what I've been up to. So yeah, I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, please do like and subscribe. I know I've been a bit quiet, but I generally try and do a video every Monday or every other Monday at least, just to catch up with you and let you know what's been going on. And yeah, until then, keep smiling, keep stitching, have an absolutely wonderful week, whatever you choose to do, and I shall see you soon. Bye!